Hi, I am Umar and today we will talk about 10th generation of Honda Civic. So let's start. This particular model of Civic was introduced internationally in 2015 and in Pakistan it was introduced in 2016. This car is the coolest local assembled car available at the moment. It has so many features, the shape of the car, it's like this aggressive look, everything is extremely cool about the car. However, the car did face a lot of controversy regarding its quality. This car that we are reviewing today is a 2017 model. So technically those initial hiccups and the quality issues should be resolved in this car. We will check out how the quality is and all of that. Currently the price for this variant, which is the 1.8 variant, is over 2.5 million rupees. And after registration and everything, it reaches close to 3 million rupees. Let's see what a car worth 3 million rupees has to offer. Civic, whenever it came in Pakistan, they always introduced something new with each generation. There was something offered in every generation of Civic which was never offered in a local car before. And this car has a lot of things to offer which are the inside and outside both, and that all makes it extremely cool car. This is the key for the 10th generation Honda Civic. If you remember my video of Honda Weasel, it has a similar key. This portion I told you that is black colored. In this car it was in blue on that car because it was hybrid. The same conventional key comes out like this. The only difference is that instead of lock and unlock button, there is a trunk opening button as well on this car, so you can open the trunk as well with the key. Quite convenient. And I've just showed this in Honda Weasel as well, but I so like this feature that I would show you this one again. I put the key in my pocket, the car is locked, and all I need to do is put my hand over here. The car senses that the key is in close proximity and you can open the car just like that. In the turbo variant of this car, if you hold the unlock button, all the windows roll down and the sunroof is open. But in 1.8 variant they have not given this feature. Coming to the shape of the car, it's got really aggressive shape. It's huge in size and aerodynamic, and, you know, the car gives a different kind of a look. It is a sedan, but if you start from here, which is the trunk is not really like a flat sedan trunk. It starts like this, then goes in the curve of the pillars, and then it ends over here. It's like the whole car is in this curve and aggressive shape. DRLs, daytime running lights. First car in Pakistan to come up with these. These are the lights that as soon as you turn on the car, the lights are turned on with it. These are now a federal regulation in the United States and a couple of other countries to have DRLs. So if you're in some low visibility area, these lights are sharp enough for you to be spotted. In Pakistan we don't have any such regulation for now, but when Honda was offering this, they offered it in the international variant and decided to do the same for the local one. Coming to the door, you have your power window buttons. Front two are auto, the rear two are regular ones. Then there is window lock button, door locks and unlock button, mirror controls. Over here there is a button to open the trunk. There is no latch or lever to pull anymore. There is a button for that. Another first for Pakistan. When you come here, you have your engine push start and turn off button, and there you have your traction control button. Okay, so I'll show you the starting of this car. Check this out. I press the brake. This is a white blinking light on that button. I press the brake, and when I start the car, this light turns into red. One more thing, if I just tap on the indicator, it blinks for a couple of times and it turns off. This feature started with the previous generation of Civic, and they have continued it in this one as well. Why is it there? Because if you just want to change the lane, you can just tap it and it will blink for a few minutes and it will turn off. If you want to turn, you press it long and it works like a conventional one. Another thing, in the last generation of Civic, they had a telescopic steering wheel, which means the steering wheel could go up, down and move back and forth as well. In this one, they have a normal tilt steering. It is not a telescopic steering. They should have given the telescopic steering in this one as well. They did not. They have given it in the turbo variant. On the steering wheel, the airbag and your horn pad is in the middle. On the right hand side, you have your cruise control buttons, and on the left hand side, you have your radio control buttons. Behind that, you have your indicator stalk and the wiper stalk. Over here, you have your gauge cluster. On the right hand side, the fuel gauge is there. In the center, you have your RPM meter and digital speedometer, gear, which gear you are in, temperature gauge, mileage and trip meter. On the left hand side, there is temperature gauge. Coming back to the center, there are a couple of options. If I press the button, I can see the range this car will go with this fuel tank. Current average of the car, which is 8.3 liter per kilometer, not bad. The average on this tank, which is 8.2, and back to the thing. Pretty simple. This is your 7-inch infotainment system. There are a total of 3 cameras in the car. This is the front camera, this is the interior camera, and then you have your rear camera. If you go back, okay, let me just select the front camera again, then I'll go back. This is an Android navigation and infotainment system. You have your navigation over here. The same tracking world maps, those are in the previous generation of Civic as well. The graphic is not very nice. If you want, you can connect with the internet and you can connect to Google Maps. The touch is very responsive on this one. Then you have your climate control buttons. Over here you have your temperature control, and the button is for auto on and off. Then you have your fan speed and on off for the climate control. So I will just go on auto. You have your AC modes, front defogger, rear defogger, and the mode for air. So in the center console, you have your gearbox with leather stitching, very good quality, your hold brake, your electronic parking brake, your economy mode button. This is your cup holder situation and the storage compartment. Over here you have your cup holder. If you want to clean it, they have given a convenient feature. You can just take it out, clean it. You pull it back, you have your storage space, and you can have your second cup holder like this. So there is one, and then there is second cup holder. And when you turn this piece down, you bring it forward, you have your center armrest. So just like Weasel, Honda has given the space for your power socket over here, and you have a space over here to put that thing. One thing which is nicer in this car, like if I've just gotten this charger, if I connect it over here and I want to bring the phone close to me, this is an inconvenient way of doing that. So they have given a little space over here, so I can just take it out from this, and now the power charging situation is pretty neat. Now I'm sitting at the rear seat of this car. extremely comfortable rear seat. The seat is kind of like a bucket seat. It snugs you. The leg room is really good. There are 2 cup holders. There is a lamp at the back. You have your rear air conditioning vent over here, which is again for the first time in a Pakistani car. One sound that I just noticed right now, if you can hear it, there is a squeaking sound. I'm not sure if the camera caught it, but when I move on the rear seat, there is a squeaking sound. Alright, so what if you run out of battery? You cannot press any of the buttons to open the trunk. There is a secret thing over here to open the trunk in case you run out of battery. This is the behind left seat. You take it out, you pull this latch and your trunk opens. Honda started rear flat floor in 7th, 8th and 9th generation it stayed. In this one they don't have the rear flat floor, because of which the person sitting at the rear center is not that comfortable. Coming to the back of the car, it has a nice button over here to open the trunk. You just press that button, or you can do it from the key. You open the trunk. The welding situation in the trunk is really good. Initially, the initial cars had issue over here as well, but not this one. This one has those issues solved. The trunk looks big. Let's see how big it is by fitting Umar in the trunk. Yep, pretty big. So when we were discussing the inside of the car, there was no button to open the fuel tank. Why was there no button? Because there is none. How do you open it? Let me show you. You cannot open right now. You unlock the car and you can open it. You lock the car and it's locked. Honda started the booking of this car early in 2016. At that time, the car's looks were not disclosed locally. The car's price was not disclosed locally, and people were asked to give 1 million rupee as a non-refundable pre-booking amount. Through an unconfirmed source, what I've heard is that over 50,000 cars were booked in that time. And because of that, the initial cars that were delivered, since there was a overbooking on vehicles, the initial cars that were delivered were all had that quality issues and the concerns of those initial models. This car is a 2017 model, so this is not from those cars that were initially booked. And since I did not get the car from Honda, I can show you if this car is good with quality or if it is not good with quality. First of all, let me show you something over here. We'll open the hood and you can hear this now. This is a 13,000 kilometers driven car. Now if I want to close the hood, now it finally is closed. The car faced a lot of controversy regarding its welding quality. The welds were visible and Honda then claimed that they have fixed those issues. This was all about the interesting features of the 10th generation Honda Civic. Now we will take it for a road drive. So let's start. Now we will try the pickup of this car. I have just turned off the economy mode and let's see what it has got. There is a lot of noise, but this 1.8 liter engine is not that fast compared to the previous generations. Of course, the body size is bigger in this one, and other than that, the 1.5 turbo variant of this car has good pickup and drive and all of that, but again, that particular car cost about 3.5 million after all the expenses. That does not justify the price tag, because for 3.5 million rupees you can get a lot of better cars. I love the way these seats are made. They're bucket seats, and when you push the car, you floor it, they just kind of hug you. So that is really good in this one. The brake is always something that has been a good point in Honda Civic and other Honda cars. Comfort level, no doubt, Honda Civic has always been better in comfort when you compare it to Toyota Corolla. Corolla has always been more reliable. Civic has always been more comfortable. So yeah, you will like the drive quality of this car, the comfort quality, but there is a certain noise. That noise is kind of annoying. It's the tires rolling. They have those general tires, so on an empty road you do hear that noise, and that kind of bothers you. This was our review for the 10th generation of Honda Civic. Please let us know in the comment section what you think about it. Please like the video, share the video and subscribe to the channel. Till next time, bye.